While some pro-life leaders marked today's 48th annual March for Life in person, many who would have otherwise marched in D.C. joined in virtually, and that includes pro-life lawmakers who are continuing their work to promote the protection of the lives of the unborn. Correspondent Mark Irons starts our team coverage tonight. Mark?
Tracy, today we heard from Republican as well as Democratic lawmakers, advocates, and athletes. Everyone's trying to build up a culture of life. And though this year's March for Life looked different than previous years, the commitment to defending life continues on. Nearly a half century of marching for unborn children.
Welcome to this virtual rally for the 48th annual March for Life.
A different look and smaller crowd amid concerns about the coronavirus pandemic and security in Washington. Jeannie Mancini, the president of the March for Life, shared this year's theme, Together Strong, Life Unites.
The march and our movement is made up of Americans from every racial and ethnic background, every walk of life, and every faith tradition.
Today, pro-life leaders processed in Washington. It was preceded by a virtual rally.
We always march on.
Super Bowl champion Benjamin Watson and his wife Kirsten say building a culture of life isn't dependent on a large gathering.
It begins in our homes, overflows to our places of worship and employment, and influences our local communities.
And we must engage with humility, seeking God's wisdom and favor for the days ahead.
Politicians spoke, including Democrat Angie Hatton, the Kentucky House of Representatives Minority Whip. She believes a bipartisan effort to end abortion includes eliminating the reasons women seek abortion in the first place.
When we don't support families struggling with affordable child care and preschool, when we don't adequately fund foster care and adoption services and social services, we drive up the number of women who feel that they have no choice but to seek an abortion.
New Jersey Congressman Chris Smith called on President Biden to stand for vulnerable children in the womb.
These children need the President of the United States to be their friend and advocate, not another powerful adversary.
And we talked with Tennessee Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn. Today, she introduced legislation to prevent taxpayer funds from going to abortion clinics.
We believe that protecting life at all stages of life is important, and this is one way we can protect the life and the health of women and their unborn children.
Today's march ended right behind me, as it always does, at the Supreme Court. And back to those Senate Republicans like Marsha Blackburn, they're continuing to put forth pro-life legislation. Just today, Senator Steve Daines of Montana announced he will introduce 13 pro-life bills this Congress, including 2 separate bills to prohibit sex-selective abortions and abortions of babies with Down syndrome. In Washington, Mark Irons, EWTN News Nightly.